We just studied the Sutram 2155. Upamanani samanya vachanaihi. Let us now take the next Sutram in the Ashtadhyayi order, the Sutram 2156, which reads Upamitam Vyagradibhi Samanya Prayoge. These two rules, 2155 and 2156, can be a bit confusing because both of these cover situations where a comparison is being made. But now when we study the Sutram 2156, we will see there are some critical differences between this Sutram and the prior Sutram 2155. Let us see what the vritti of this Sutram 2156 says. It says, Upameyam Vyagrajbhi Saha Vasamasyate Sacha Tatpurushaha Sadharana Dharmasya Prayoge Sati Sadharana Dharmasya Aprayoge Sati. The usual anuvrittis are coming down. Anuvritti of Sup coming down from 212, Sahasupa coming down from 214, the Vibhasha coming down from 2111, and of course the Adhikara of Tatpurushaha, which runs from 2122 down to 2222. So all those put together give us this vritti. When we translate the vritti into English, we get a Subantam Padam, which denotes that which is to be compared, optionally compounds with another Subantam Padam composed by adding a sup affix to Vyagra, etc., provided both the Subanta Pade refer to the same item and the common attribute is not mentioned, and the resulting compound is a Tatpurushaha. So herein lies one critical difference between 2155 and 2156. 2155 authorizes compounding when the Subantam Padam, which has denoted the common attribute, is present, while 2156 requires that the common attribute be not mentioned. So please make note of this very important difference. In 2155 we have Samanya Vachanaihi. In 2156 we have Samanya Prayoge. Samanya Aprayoge. Second thing to note is that in the Sutram 2155, the term Upamanani is Prathamanidrishtam, which of course we know by the Sutram 1243, Prathamanidrishtam Samasa Upasarjanam, that is going to get the Upasarjana Sanya, and then by 2230, Upasarjanam Purvam, that gets placed in the prior position in the compound. So Subantam Padam, which denotes the standard of comparison, is placed in the prior position in the compound when authorized by 2155, like Ghana Shamaha. Ghana, which denotes the cloud, is the standard of comparison. While in 2156, Upamitam is Prathamanidrishtam. Upamitam is that which is to be compared, and that is going to take the prior position in the compound when the compound is authorized by 2156. This is also a very important difference between 2155 and 2156. The note here says that Upameyam Upamitam. The word Upamitam used in this sutram stands for Upameyam, that which is to be compared. Let's now take an example to see how this sutram works. The example is Purusho Vyagra Iva. Purusha Vyagraha. A man mighty as a tiger. Vyagra Iva Shuraha. The Shuraha is not mentioned. Sutram says Samanya Prayoge. It is understood but not mentioned. The Alaukika Vigraha, straightforward, Purusha Su plus Vyagra Su. Compounding authorized by the Sutram 2156, because we do have someone who is to be compared, the Upamitam, in this case Purusha Su. And then we have Vyagra Su. Vyagra, of course, being part of the Vyagradi Ganaha. It's the first member of the Vyagradi Ganaha. So therefore the conditions of 2156 are satisfied because there is no mention of the Sadharana Dharmaha, the common attribute. The remaining steps are straightforward as per the Sutram 1243. Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasarjanam the term Purusha Su gets the designation Upasarjanam because in the Sutram 2.156, which prescribes the compounding, the term Upamitam ends in the nominative case. And hence, as per 2.230, Upasarjanam Purvam, the term Purusha Su is placed in the prior position in the compound. Now, Purusha Su Vyaghra Su gets the designation Pratipadikam by Sutram 1.246. Kritya Samasascha. We have formed a samasa. This allows us to apply 2.471. Supo dhatu pratipadikayoho. Perform the look elision on the two sup affixes su and su, which are inside the compound. So we get Purusha Vyaghra. Now, as per the Sutram 2.426, Paravalingan Dvandvatat Purushayoho, the compound Pratipadikam Purusha Vyaghra is masculine. Since the latter member Vyaghra of the compound is masculine, it declines like Rama Shabdaha. Note here says that Visheshyasya Purvanipatanartham Sutram. Sutram 2.156 Upamitam Vyaghradibhis Samanya Prayoge is composed for the purpose of placing the Visheshyam, that which is qualified, in this case Purusha, in the prior position in the compound. If the compounding were to be done using the Sutram 2.157 Visheshanam Visheshyena Bahulam, then the Visheshyam would be placed in the latter position in the compound. Because in that Sutram 2.157, Prathama Nidrishtam is Visheshanam, not the Visheshyam. That is why we need this Sutram 2.156. The compounding itself could have been done by 2.157. We get the incorrect form, because Purusha, being the one that is being qualified, would take the latter position if we use 2.157. We want him in the prior position in the compound. That is why we need the Sutram 2.156 to make sure that the Upamitam, which is the Vishesham, the thing that is being compared, hence being qualified, we want to make sure it is in the prior position in the compound. Next note says Vyaghradhir Rakriti Ganaha. The Vyaghradhi Ganaha, list of terms Vyaghra etc. is the Akriti Ganaha. We know what that means. It means that it is a class or group of words in which some words are actually mentioned and room is left to include others which are found undergoing the same operations. Hence we see compounds such as Mukham Kamalam Iva equals Mukha Kamalam, even though Kamalam may not be specifically listed in the Vyaghradhi Ganaha. So basically the Vyaghradhi Ganaha is not an exhaustive listing. We have to see the usage of the scholars, Shishta Prayogaha. And if we see a compound where the Upamitam is the Purvapadam and the Sadharana Dharmaha is not mentioned, and we do have a Karmadharya compound, then we have to think of this Sutram, and if all the conditions are satisfied, then even though the Uttarapadam may not be specifically listed in the Vyaghradhi Ganaha, we have to understand from the usage that it belongs to the Vyaghradhi Ganaha. Last note here says that Samanya Prayoge Kim. Why does the Sutram stipulate the condition Samanya Prayoge, provided the common attribute is not mentioned? Consider the example Purusha Vyaghra Iva Shuraha. The once Shuraha is mentioned, we cannot do the compounding between Purusha and Vyaghra. Here, since the common attribute Shuraha, mighty, is mentioned, compounding cannot take place between Purushaha and Vyaghra. So, critical point about this Sutram is that it only authorizes compounding on the condition that the common attribute is not mentioned. It is understood, but should not be mentioned.